We're here with another update. We have another tornado warning that was issued. These are for Laurel County, McCreary County, Pulaski, Wayne, and Whitley County. This was just issued and will expire today at 5 a.m. So we have about 30 minutes on this warning. We're going to continue to watch it as it progresses through the next couple hours. We'll go ahead and show the velocity just so you can show where this system is right now. I mean, you can kind of see where the heaviest of that rainfall is. This is a very high precipitation system, and we're also going to see those fast wind speeds. Now, if you can see right here, that's where we're looking. That's that velocity couplet. You're seeing that fast rotation. It's very close together. We have not only the blue, but the red right next to each other, and the blue is showing that very high elevated wind speeds. So that's why we're tracking this system. It may look small on the radar right now, but this is a tornado on a tornado warning this morning. We're going to continue to watch this through. Eric, can you make sure you call this morning? Call Jennifer. Okay. As the system moves in the next couple of minutes. Now, this is what we're looking at right now. It is around Somerset. So people who are around Somerset right now in Pulaski County, so as well as Wayne County, McCreary County, portions of Whitley County, as well as Laurel County. Now, they did cut out Rockcastle County, so that is not under that warning right now, but we are still watching as the system moves through. Again, it's set to expire around 5 a.m. That's about 30 minutes from now, as we're going through the next couple of minutes to, next 30 minutes, we're going to be watching the system. Again, it's moving. There's the next update, still showing it on the radar. Quite strong rotation. Can you remove that for me? Oh, there you go. As we're going into the next couple of minutes, put that track on me. I think it's still moving at 70 miles an hour. So he's going to look that up for us just to see how fast it's moving, so we can kind of show where it's going to be going in the next couple minutes. We also got another severe storm warning, but we're going to focus on this system for right now, see how it's moving over the next couple of minutes.
It's 55
mile an hour. So it's moving a little bit slower than the systems we were seeing earlier, but that's still quite fast, 55 miles an hour. I mean, think about your car driving on most roads here in eastern Kentucky. That's what we're watching for, the speed of this system. Now it's moving pretty much directly north-northeast as we're going through the next couple of minutes. So he's going to go ahead and plot that so we can see just where it's going to be heading as we're going through this system. Okay, so by 4:39 a.m., so just about 5 minutes from now, it'll be in Somerset, Piney Grove. 4:46 a.m., 4:51, you'll see it at Whetstone, Sinking Valley, 4:53. We'll continue to move into 4:53, Sinking Valley again, 4:56. You can see it at Squibb. Now, again, this is set to expire at 5 o'clock, but if we continue to see the system moving, if it still keeps its strength, we'll continue by 5:02 to see it in Lunar, by 5:06, Hazel Patch, London. Now, that's a big city that we have in our area. If this does not decrease in speed or does not decrease in intensity, it will be in London by 5:10 a.m. So if you're anywhere in this red box, that tornado warning, you need to be covered. You need to be in that lowest level of your house. You need to be making sure you're safe as we're going through the next couple of minutes with that system. Again, be as safe as possible. Get into a shelter if you're in that area. You want to be as low as you can if you're outside, a ditch if possible. You want to lie with your head covered so you are protecting yourself. Here's the amount of rain that we've been seeing already with the system. It's a high precip area. So if you are outside, not only are you seeing those fast wind speeds, but also you could be seeing some heavy rainfall as well. That's what we're going to be tracking through the next couple of days. Can you bring me back to the radar, Eric? Just so you can show you where that system is yet again, and just show you what we're looking at as we're going through the next couple of minutes. Again, we're under that tornado warning as you're traveling more towards Pulaski County, Wayne County, McCreary County, Whitley County, Laurel County. Now it is cut out of Rockcastle County, just barely seeing that in the area, but we are still tracking that system as we have that heavy precipitation for the area, and we're also tracking those very fast wind speeds. Now it's radar indicated you could see up to 3/4 of an inch of hail. It's affecting quite a large amount of people, 37,000 people. I mean, as we mentioned earlier, if it continues past the expiration date, we could see it heading towards London. So that's why we're keeping a close eye on this as well, is because we do have some major cities, Somerset being one of them, as it goes through the next couple minutes. I believe Somerset was set to get there around the next 5 minutes. So again, if you're in any of this area, you need to make sure that you are covered. Again, you can really see the rotation on this system. You have that blue and the green right next to each other. This is the way that we're visualizing the storm. I mean, that's the best way for us to see where things are rotating. You have your inbound winds and your outbound winds. So this is a tornado warning. We're seeing that this system will continue to move. Did that tornado warning just expire, Eric?
Well, I turned it off. I'm looking at the gate-to-gate shear here.
Okay, gotcha.
And look at that velocity, 91.
Yeah, that is.
We're seeing some wind out of this thing.
Yeah, it's a very fast, not only moving storm, but also fast wind producing storm. And that's why for even places that are not under that tornado warning, as we mentioned earlier in our last wall-to-wall coverage, this system is going to produce very fast winds. So it's important to stay inside, because even if you're not in this area, those winds are enough to knock you over. So we're just wanting you to be careful. Again, you can see a visualization of the storm right now. You see the couplet right there is what we call it, the velocity couplet. And that is what's helping us indicate where this storm is. Again, we're seeing this for Pulaski County, Wayne County, Whitley County, McCreary County, Laurel County, and it's cut out of Rockcastle County. The cities that we're seeing, the main cities right now, Somerset, it looks like it's right over top of Somerset. So again, as we've been mentioning, if you are over any of these areas, make sure you're inside. If you're in Somerset, make sure you are inside at this point. It looks like it's right over top of you right now. Can you pull up the CCs? Thank you, right there. Looks like we're not picking up on any debris being picked up. It looks like maybe a little bit right here, but for the most part, not too bad. Can we go back to the reflectivity?
Yeah, give me just a second. We've got some heavy rotation with this, Megan.
Yeah, it looks like a very fast-moving storm. I mean, this is probably one of the closest couplets that we've seen today, especially for our coverage area, compared to the one we were looking at earlier. This one is definitely a strong rotating storm. I mean, you're seeing...
I'm going to keep this on velocity for a second, Megan, because I want to put a storm track on this right here, where we're seeing that rotation. And we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag that's associated with this. But where that rotation is, if that holds up, Somerset, Squibb, High Top, London area, this is going to be heading near you. And the National Weather Service just threw out a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. I want to get that information on here real quick. And let's see what we have. No, let me see.
I just want to mention that, I mean, that system that we're watching it's very strong. I mean, we've been, that's why we have it on that velocity, so you can just see how strong that rotation is. And I mean, we're under that severe thunderstorm warning that extends past that as well with that tornado possible, but we still have that tornado warning as well. So it looks like they're hoping that it will downgrade as it moves out of that system. But as of right now, we are still under that tornado warning, as we are seeing that very tight couplet this morning, and we're seeing those fast wind speeds. We're seeing that shear between the two of them very high. No hail is being detected, so there's some good news on that with this system. But just because we're not seeing it on this product does not mean that it's not happening. You can see a little bit right there in Somerset, in Pulaski County, as well as portions of Wayne County as well this morning. This is that hail track that we are watching. So it's showing us where the hail has been moving over the past couple of minutes. But as of where it is right now, so it's right now sitting right about here, it's looking that no active hail is falling on our product. But again, does not mean that there is not hail. That just means it's not being picked up on our product. Here's a look again at that storm relative velocity, just so you can see the location of where that system is. And again, it's going to be moving quite fast, 55 miles an hour. Yes, Eric?
I'm going to do a time lapse on this over the past hour, just because I want you to look and see how it started to get its act together. Again, right there, just south of Somerset. And I want to focus in. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. I want to get some street names on here and go now. See what we can get on here in terms of street names. There's Piney Grove. There's the Whetstone area. There's Mount Victory. See if I can get anything on here.
If you're in any of those cities that you can see on the map right now, you need to be indoors, protecting yourself, especially as he's getting closer to that couplet that we were pointing out earlier. I mean, especially there, you need to make sure you're being safe, because this is a fast wind system and it's producing. So you need to be careful, stay inside, protect your head. As Eric was saying earlier, use your arms to cover your head, because an arm injury can heal a whole lot faster than a head injury. So protect your head at all costs. Stay on this most center portion of your homes. basements are the best way to do it. If you have hallways without windows, there's another good option there. I mean, basements would be the best option. Bathrooms are not bad either, so just keep that in mind. Here's another look at that tornado warning. Again, Laurel County, McCreary County, Pulaski County. Oh, it popped away.
Yeah, Whitley County is one of
Whitley
those.
County as well. But again, as I mentioned, right here is Rockcastle County, just carved outside of that. But here's a better look at it. We're seeing some lightning pop up with that as well.
We have
Yes,
a new
Eric.
tornado warning coming in, so let's see where this is at. This is for Lawrence and Wayne County in West Virginia.
Yes, so this is at the very top of our coverage area. So you can see that it's covering Louisa. That's the biggest city that is inside of this tornado warning. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit on that so we can pop some more names on there so people can be more aware. So Blaine as well as Clifford, Wayne, they're inside of this tornado warning as well. This could produce up to 3/4 inch of hail. 9,000 people are included in this as we're going through the next couple minutes. It's going to continue to travel similar to the one that we're watching more towards Pulaski County, Wayne County, in that same direction, as this system really has been moving northeast as we've been going through the next couple. Yes,
Now
Eric.
this one is a little bit faster. This is moving northeast at 65.
Okay,
So
65.
this is moving pretty fast compared to the one that's in the Laurel County area.
Can we do it to velocity and then go ahead and put that storm track on there so we can get that movement in there? Okay, so that's where we're watching it down there. You see towards Blaine. So if you're near Blaine, you need to make sure that you are being safe as we're going through the next couple of minutes. And it looks like it's going to pretty much track directly into both Louisa and Wayne towards the end of it if it does not expire by then as we're going through the next couple of minutes. Again, this is moving at 65 miles an hour, so a little bit faster than the one that we're seeing down south. So this will be traveling towards the end of our area a little bit quicker. Here's what you can expect in terms of that timeline. By the time we get to 4:48, it will be towards Ellen. Now, I do have a question, Eric. What time is this advisory set to expire again?
This expires at 5:15.
5:15. So we'll go through this entire list as all of these are in that time frame. So I'll go ahead and go into that in a little bit more. By 4:50 Adams, by 4:54 Yatesville. It'll get to Louisa by 4:56. I know that's the biggest area for this tornado warning. So if you are in Louisa, 4:56 is when it's expected to get there. Hubbardstown, 4:59 by 5:03. So now in that 5 o'clock hour, that's when we'll see it towards Genoa. Then we'll get to Centersville at 5:04 by 5:06 Wayne County, which is another big city in this tornado warning. And then towards the end of this tornado warning, again, this is set to expire at 5:15, but by 5:10 or by 5:08, it'll be at East Lynn. So we're going to continue to track this one, but we're also tracking one more towards the south. Again, we're looking at one towards Somerset, Wayne County, Whitley County, McCreary County, Laurel County. This morning, this is the system we're tracking. It looks like while the winds are stronger, it looks like the couplet is not as defined anymore. So there's some bit of news there. It's still a strong storm. Those wind speeds are really picking up
This is
morning.
a new tornado warning. Tornado warning now for Johnston and Martin County. This goes into effect until 5 o'clock.
Okay, let's go ahead and move. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
So you can see it located right there on the map. So again, similar to the last couple ones, you're seeing up to 3/4 inch hail, and this one's affecting 5,536 people. And what time is it set to expire? 5 a.m.
5 o'clock.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and move on to velocity, and we'll kind of track that similar to what we have with the other two tornado warnings, see where it's heading over the next couple minutes. You see that it's kind of an odd shape, but that's just because it's in between two National Weather Service offices, so that's why it's kind of shaped weird between two different ones, but you can consider the one behind it as a continuation of that warning as well. So you can kind of see the rotation just as he pointed out. How fast does the National Weather Service say this one is moving? Is it 65 or 55 like the other one?
60.
So this is 60. So this is right in between the two of them. So as you're traveling more towards the south, you see those slower moving storms. So the one by Somerset and by London, that one was moving at 55. The one by Louisa and Wayne is moving at 65. And then this one by Sitka is moving at 60. So that's what we're watching as we're going through the next couple of minutes. We'll put that storm track on there. Again, it's moving at 60 miles an hour. See where it's going to be as that continues. So right now, time is 4:46. This is set to expire at 5 in the morning. So by the time we get to 5 o'clock, it'll be at torchlight. Now, right now, it's pretty much over Sitka. By 4:50, it'll be by Lomansville. By 4:54, Ulysses. Richardson by 4:55. And then by the time we get to 5:04, so this is a little bit after it's set to expire, it'll be at Fort Gay. So we're going to continue to track that system too, but this is a shorter warning But again, remember, the other part of it is outside of our area, so it's being continued by another National Weather Service office. Now we'll go ahead and go back down to the one in Pulaski County, because I know that was starting to form a little bit more earlier, having those faster winds. So we'll go ahead and locate that a little bit more this morning. You can still kind of see that rotation right there. Now, as we mentioned, it's on its way to London as we're traveling. Now, London is not under the tornado warning, but it is moving that way. Hopefully, it does downgrade before and they don't upgrade it to include that. But as of right now, you can see that rotation right there. And these are very fast wind speeds. I mean, you're seeing that darker blue right there. That's on the higher end of the inbound winds. So that's what we're tracking right now. Now, right now, it's kind of over Mount Victory. So if you're anywhere near that area, you need to make sure that you are inside again, protecting your head, the most center portion of your house, away from windows. That's what you're wanting to do this morning to protect yourself from this system. Now, again, it was in Somerset. It's moved quite fast. I mean, we were in Somerset not too long ago. I think about 4:30 is when we're seeing that. And now it's moved almost half of a county over the past 15 minutes. Again, this one's traveling at 55. The ones more towards the north were moving at 60 and 65. So let's go ahead and put the tracker on this one just to see how fast it'll be moving. Again, this one was set to expire by 5, correct?
Let me call that up real quick.
But it will continue to move. As of right now, it's set to expire right before London.
5 o'clock, yes.
Yes, 5 o'clock. And I believe the timing of that was 5:10, but it looks like, yes, they just added this right here, that brown outline. That would be a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. So right now they're not extending that tornado warning, but instead putting this severe thunderstorm warning on top of it, so it covers London. So now most of Laurel County is under that severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible, but not in that tornado warning. Here's a look at that timing. Again, keep in mind, this tornado warning is set to expire by 5 a.m. As we go through the next couple minutes, it'll be at Whetstone by 4:50. So if you're anywhere in this track, you need to make sure that you are covered inside. By the time we get to 4:54, it'll be in Anno. 5:03, Bernstadt, London by 5:08. As I mentioned, this is set to expire by 5 o'clock. So London is going to get it at around 5:08, but it has not been extended. So as of right now, they're thinking that it will downgrade by the time it gets to London. But let's zoom out just a little bit just so you can see the new warning that was put on top of it. This one right here with that brown box, that is a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. So that does extend outside of the area. So right now they're not sure if they're going to extend that warning or not, depending on how it develops over the next couple minutes. But they are certain that it will still be a severe thunderstorm with tornado possible. So that's what we're tracking right now on top of that tornado warning. Now let's go ahead and zoom out just a little bit more, and we'll touch on the one by Louisa and Wayne County. I know we haven't talked about that one a little bit. So here's the look at that one right there. Again, this one was set to expire at 5:15, I believe. Now this one was the faster moving one where it could go, this one was a faster moving one that we were watching earlier that was set to expire on 5:15. And as I mentioned earlier, these are two different National Weather Service offices. So we have this tornado warning right here that is set to expire a little bit sooner. And then we have the one right behind it. But you can just consider that as one tornado warning, right? We just have two National Weather Service offices. Both of them are in our coverage area, so we are covering both of these warnings, but they are just the same system that we're watching with that rotation that's been pointed out. So let's go ahead and put the track from down here all the way up here as we're going into the next couple of minutes. Again, this one's moving 60 to 65 mile an hour. So that's what we're going to track. Again, this will go through Flat Gap, Louisa. So if you're in any of this area, you need to make sure that you are covered and protected as we're going through the next couple minutes. So Norris, 4:53, 4:59 Torchlight, 5:01 Walkbridge. This one's set to expire as we're heading into that 5:15 hour. So if we continue all the way up, Wayne County, we'll see it at 5:14 a.m. And it's still set to be in that tornado warning during that time. So we'll continue to watch to see if they extend this one. But as of right now, it's set to expire by the time it gets out of Wayne County. Now again, both of these storms are moving quite fast. I mean, this one's 65, the one more towards the south was 55. I mean, think about your car driving on the highway. It's very fast for a storm system to be moving. So it's important that you're staying inside, because you need to be safe as we're going through the next couple hours, especially for both of these systems. Again, this one's more towards West Virginia, so you have a little bit of a better picture if you're not sure where we're located right now. This is around Wayne County. You're seeing Louisa, you're seeing Wayne, you're seeing Blaine, Flat Gap. This is for our West Virginia counties, more towards the north east of our region. And then we have another one that's to the southwest of our area, towards Pulaski County, Wayne County, Whitley County, McCreary County. So that's why we're watching both systems on both ends of our area. So he's going to go ahead and move us down towards the one in Pulaski County. Again, we're still seeing it move through the next couple of minutes. And overall, I mean, this one still has those very strong winds. It's not as defined anymore, but we're still seeing rotation. So that's why we're keeping an eye out on that. Yes, Eric?
I'm going to turn the warnings off because I want to look at the gate-to-gate shear on this again, because we were at like 90-something earlier. I'll see what we're at now.
So what that means is the difference between the inbound and the outbound winds, just basically how fast the system is rotating. That's a good way for us to describe how fast the tornado is moving internally, not just how fast it's moving in a locational space. So, you know, we've been talking about how the system is moving at 55 miles an hour. He's trying to figure out how fast it's rotating.
So you got 76 mile an hour just north of Mount Victory. Yeah, so it's like we got about 76 mile an hour rotation on the eastern side of this. And
so a little bit less than
38.
we were seeing earlier.
Yeah, because it was at 91 earlier. So it's,
yes.
You know, 76 is still a lot no matter how you slice and dice it. But,
yes.
yeah, so this is the area that we're going to be looking at. And what we're doing is we can only see what's, you know, on the radar, the traditional radar that you guys are used to, only gives us so much information. Think of this as like, and I use this term a lot, like you're in the hospital and it's triage. You go through every feature that we have to verify, yes, this is what we're seeing, and it goes past what the radar is showing. So for each scan, it gives us a better understanding, and this particular thing shows the wind. One color is going inbound, like the light blues and greens is going inbound, then you see the reds, sometimes that's going outbound. When you get those two together, that's where you start to see some rotation. And there's two most of this. You have your regular velocity, then you have your storm relative. And when you get both of them kind of in check, then Megan, this is telling me that we may actually have something, you know, serious forming in this area, and we really need to be alert on this.
Can you show the past couple of minutes just so people can get a visualization?
Yeah.
I guess the past 45 minutes would be probably a good estimate since we've been watching that. Yeah, because we've been watching it for a while. I mean, that's where we had the strongest couplet. Go back just a little bit so I can kind of visualize that a little bit more. Go back in time.
How far back?
Wait, a little bit forward. Keep on going. Right about there. So what you're seeing, that's a good couplet. That's what we're talking about, the tight rotation next to each other. So we were seeing it a little bit stronger, and as we go through time, you can kind of see the wind strengthening, but the couplet kind of taking itself apart a little bit. But again, still seeing very fast wind speeds with this system as we're going through. Now, right now, it's kind of positioned in between counties, and we're going to continue to watch it. Now, it is currently 4:55. This one's set to expire at 5 o'clock, correct, or 5:15?
Let me check.
I believe this is the 5 o'clock one.
I think this is the
Yes.
5 o'clock one.
And we don't have a lot left for this to travel. So we're kind of in that in-between phase where we're waiting to see if they extend it or they remove it. Now, as we mentioned earlier, if they do decide to not extend it, we still have this severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible that does cover the extending regions. As you can see behind me, it does continue. Can we zoom out just a little bit? Oh, we got another tornado warning.
Here we go. This is for Lawrence, Lincoln, and Wayne County.
So this is as you're traveling towards our West Virginia counties. Or is this Wayne County, Kentucky, or West Virginia?
This is Wayne County.
Oh, Lawrence County, Kentucky. Yeah, I know where we are. Lawrence County, Kentucky, that's in our area. And then we have Wayne County, West Virginia. Now, Lincoln is outside of our area, but we are going to still track it as we are moving. So you can kind of see, again, we have a couple different National Weather Service. I believe this is the Charleston one, as well as the Jackson one that we're in between for that, which is why we're having this funky box situation between counties. But you can treat all of these as the same warning, right? So even though it looks like we have 3, you can treat this as 1. So this will start as you're heading here. I know we already started moving that out, so this is probably no longer in that. We'll see if that expires in just a little bit, and then that will continue across the area. So that's what we're watching right now. So anybody in the red boxes, again, consider that as one box, but you need to make sure you are in your safe area as you're going through the next couple of minutes as that system moves through. You can kind of see it. It was just there for a second. You could see a better picture of it on the storm relative as we're moving through the next couple minutes. So that's what we're tracking this morning and seeing how it is going to continue to move through.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of rotation being picked up, and this right here is an area of concern, Megan. Right here northwest of the Inez area, and we'll go ahead and I want to circle my area of concern. That right there. Again, you start getting that those colors next to each other, you're starting to see heavy wind. And one thing to note is, yes, we have the tornado warnings out, but straight line winds in a lot of cases can be worse than an actual tornado itself, because the tornado will actually spin where the straight line wind is just coming right at you.
Yeah.
So there are times where the straight line wind is worse than an actual tornadic activity.
Yeah, and that we had a couple stories earlier this week of that tornado that happened Sunday night into Monday morning. That one was in Floyd County and Pike County, and you saw the damage with that, and they concluded that that was straight line winds, and that caused a lot of damage for those two counties. So that's why, I mean, we're still tracking wind speeds all over the region, but we are highlighting our tornado warnings because they are in place. Now, we still are under that tornado warning. We have 2 more minutes until this one expires, so we're going to see what they do. But I think since they haven't extended it, they might choose to expire this one as that couplet has kind of deformed. Now, of course, those wind speeds are still incredibly fast. So we are still watching those fast wind speeds, and this will be heading towards London. So whether or not they consider it to still be a tornado or not, by the time it heads to London, you're still going to be hit with some very fast winds. So it's still important for you to be in your safe spot this morning. Again, make sure your head's covered with your hands. Be on the most center portion of your house. Bathrooms, hallways with no windows are great options. If you have a basement, that is the best option for this scenario as we're going through the next couple hours. Again, we have those very fast wind speeds. It's critical for you to stay indoors. I mean, we have the I-75 road right here, right before London. Driving this morning on this road is not advisable. If you know anybody who's going to be taking I-75 within the next 15 to 20 minutes, call them, text them, let them know to avoid it. If you know someone who's going to be on the road or is on the road now, call them, let them know.
Especially if they are driving a light or a high profile vehicle.
Yes.
Those are the worst things to be on the road right now, is a light or high profile vehicle, because those could easily tip over with that type of wind.
Yeah, so keep your family safe, keep your friends safe, make sure people are informed as we're going through the next couple minutes, because it is critical, especially as we are running into a major highway. Or I guess that's an interstate, but it is critical for people to be aware of those roads as we're going through the next couple hours. Can we go back to the one in West Virginia, kind of get a better picture of that one, as I know that one was just recently updated. Looks like they also issued a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible for that large area behind me, again highlighted in that brown. But then we have this warning that was put out as well, again moving from Louisa to Wayne. So this is about the same area that we've been seeing, set to expire at 5:30, so in about 30 minutes. And that was a new update that just came out 15 minutes ago. Again, still seeing those fast winds there. Let's go ahead and move down to the one for Lawrence County and Wayne County as well, just so we can get a better picture on that one. That one's still in place. Looks like the one that was set over here has expired, and we're just looking at that continuation one as we're going through the next couple minutes. Again, this one is set to expire at 5:30, similar to the one above it. So we're still tracking both of those systems in the next couple of minutes, and that is for both Lincoln and Wayne in our area. I mean, Lawrence and Wayne in our area, but also Lincoln County just outside of our region that we're watching as well. Can you go ahead and go back to the base velocity just so we can see where the lightning is as well, because that's a good indicator of what we're looking at in the system as well for in terms of energy.
Okay, here's your base velocity right there.
No reflectivity.
Oh, reflectivity.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. There you go.
There you go. You can see the lightning with this. So, I mean, it's really towards that core that we're looking at. Again, we're seeing that this portion right here is a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. We're still seeing tons of lightning with that system. Same as you're heading even up more towards the north. So you can see a better picture of it. Thank you, Eric, for doing that. The red on the inside, those are our tornado warnings, but the yellow borders that he was just showing, that was the severe thunderstorm warnings.
There's your lightning right there, and you can see just how active it is. throughout the area. So,
and this will pop up lightning strikes in the past 15 minutes. So with the white strikes, those are the most recent ones. As you're traveling more towards the yellow, those are ones that have been towards the end of that. But even still, we're seeing tons of activity as you're traveling more towards Wayne County and as well as the bordering edge of Lawrence County. Let's go see the lightning for the other system towards the south as well. Just get a better viewpoint on that as well. And kind of keep it a little bit more open so I can point out that severe thunderstorm warning as well. Yeah, we'll go ahead and look at that. Oh, it looks like they did cancel that tornado warning for the area. Now we're just watching this severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. So that's what we're watching right now. The tornado warning has expired. We were watching that with the velocity. We're seeing that the couplet wasn't as strong, but we were seeing those strong winds. Right now we're just seeing that severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. So that one has expired. There's the good news there. And that's what we're looking at. No more defined rotation anymore, really just those fast wind speeds. Again, no tornado warning has been issued anymore. That has since expired, just looking at this severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. So our only tornado warning is as we're traveling towards the north. So we'll go ahead and look back at that so you can get another visualization of this system that we have been tracking this morning. Good, zoom out a little bit so we can see both of them. There you go. So that's both of the systems as this is moving through the next couple of minutes. Again, we're seeing it's going to travel until 5:30, I believe is when both of these are set to.
Correct.
Yeah, and they're both at 65 mile an hour or 60 miles an hour. Let's put that storm track on there, starting at Clifford and moving over.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
There you go. So again, this is set to expire at 5:30. All of these that I have highlighted out here are before then. We'll see how this expires in the next couple of minutes or how they extend it. But 5:08, it'll be by Salt Petre, Fleming, 5:19, Ferguson, 5:13. As you're traveling towards Gilkerson, 5:23. So that's towards the end of the tornado warning. Then by the time you get to 5:25, Cudsey could see this as well. So that's what we're tracking, those fast winds, that tornado warning as we're going through the next couple minutes. If you're anywhere in either of these boxes, you need to be in your safe spot in the center of your home, again, protecting your head. These are some fast wind speeds that we're looking at. I mean, do we have anything on correlation coefficient? That's what we use to see debris in the area. We'll see if we have any debris flying with this. Looks like we do see a little bit towards Clifford potentially, but that's what we're kind of tracking, is that system again moving towards the northeast. And as we've been mentioning, this system has been moving for a very long time. I mean, we saw this yesterday morning in Oklahoma, Arkansas, and we just now got to seeing it here. Yes, Eric?
I think we need to verify what's going on in Clifford right now, because that looks a little interesting. Because when you look at the debris signature, you see that bright yellow, but then you look at the base and storm relative velocity, you can see how we have that couplet going on. If you know people in Clifford right now, they need to be in their basement or lowest level right now, because that looks, we need to verify that.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, as we mentioned, like, you need to be safe at this point. You need to make sure you're inside, especially if you're in Clifford. Be indoors. Have your head covered. Make sure you're in the center portion of your home. I mean, all the things that we've been highlighting is critical this morning. I mean, we're even looking at those very strong. Oh, this is for our Somerset. Can you move me up?
Yeah.
We're looking at strong reflectivity as well, or the very heavy rainfall for that area. I mean, we're looking at the lightning itself speaks. I mean, we're looking at 77 lightning strikes in this area. Most of them within that tornado warning. And again, this is all the lightning strikes we've seen in the past 15 minutes, and we've had countless more over the past hour. That's why we're keeping such a close eye on the system this morning, because, I mean, this is a strong system. Again, if you are anywhere in either of these two boxes, you need to make sure you're in your safe spot. I don't know how many times I can highlight it. It's very important that you do that. We're gonna go ahead and actually do a look at the past 3 hours of the system moving through, just so you can see the location of it. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and highlight what you need to do in terms of a tornado warning. So anybody who is in those counties, so Lawrence County, Wayne County, you need to make sure that you are getting as low as possible. If you're outside, try to get inside if you can, but if you cannot, go into a ditch or a ravine. You want to make sure you're covering your head. As we mentioned earlier, your hands and your arms, protect your head with that. An arm injury can heal a lot faster than a head injury. Do not shelter in an overpass if you're outside. Again, the best thing you want to do is try to get indoors or hide in a ditch if you can. Make sure you're lying flat, covering your head. Kids, get into a tub. Maybe you put a pillow over your head. Or if you have a helmet, wear that. Bicycle helmets, motorcycle helmets, ATV helmets, anything you can. Keep that head safe. Now we're going to go back into that radar and we're going to kind of show you how this has been moving, because as we mentioned, we've been seeing it move north-northeast over the past multiple hours at this point. This system has started yesterday in Oklahoma and will continue to move as we're going through the next couple of hours. And we're still under that tornado watch, which we'll show you that in a little bit as well, until 7 a.m. So we still have a long time in the tornado watch. Right now, the only tornado warning, though, is as we are traveling towards our northeastern counties.
Real quick, it looks like that severe thunderstorm warning with that tornado possible tag. That was for Clay, Jackson, Laurel, Pulaski, Rockcastle County. They have dropped the tornado possible tag, so it's just a regular thunderstorm warning.
Okay, so just a thunderstorm warning, but as we mentioned earlier, those winds are still fast.
Right.
We still want you to stay inside.
60-mile-an-hour wind.
Do not drive, especially on I-75. I mean, it's going right through the center portion of I-75 towards London is where that advisory is set, and you can still see that heavy rainfall this morning. So it is still important for you to keep yourself safe the next couple of minutes.
Right,
and again, we still have that tornado warning up there. Yep. And then if you zoom out a little bit so we can get that full severe thunderstorm warning as well. You can see that brown box that we have highlighted right there that will continue all the way up and out of our coverage region. That is the severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. And then right in front of it is a severe thunderstorm warning, no tornado possible. That's set for Johnson, Magoffin, Martin, and Morgan County. So this is just a severe thunderstorm warning, but the one behind it that is in the same area as our tornado warnings are severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. If you'll highlight that one, Eric.
Let me see.
There you go. He has it highlighted again. Severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. Now, a lot of these counties are outside of our region, but I will still highlight them. We have Cabell, Kanawha, Lawrence. Lawrence is in our area, as well as Lincoln and Putnam. And you see Lawrence on here twice. Again, that's because we have two different coverage, National Weather Service areas that are putting both of them in there. But then again, we still have those two tornado warnings. And as I mentioned, you can treat that as almost one as we're going through the next couple of minutes, because we're seeing those fast winds and that heavy rainfall, as well as that tornado warning that we are tracking this morning.
It appears, let me verify this real quick on here. Okay, it appears that one tornado warning that was in our area. Okay, they did scale it back a little bit. So we're still in Wayne County in West Virginia with this until 5:30. And then the other one for Lawrence and Wayne County goes into effect for about another 6 minutes. Let me verify this real quick on velocity here. And the rotation is still, looks like it's weakening a little bit, so there's some good news there. Storm relative velocity, though, again, I'm a little concerned about this right here, Megan, because you can see right there that red and yellow near Louisa. And it looks like that could be some straight line wind that we're looking at right there. And as we mentioned earlier, the straight line wind can be, in a lot of cases, worse than actual tornadic activity. And just look how fast this is moving. This is still moving at about 60 miles an hour. So at about highway speed is how fast this thing's moving.
Yeah, could we go ahead and show them the past 6 hours so they can see how it's been moving?
Yeah. On velocity or reflectivity?
Reflectivity.
Reflectivity.
So this is just showing the actual storm. You can see where the rains are, the heavier rains, the lightning, as we've gone through the past 6 hours. Because, I mean, it's been in our area for a while now, but we really started seeing it around that 3 o'clock mark. Time now is 5:11, so we've been starting to see those rains and the storm chances pick up for the past 2 hours. Now, we have not seen those warnings the entire time. If you'll take those off just so they can get a better picture of that. But we have been watching this system for a while now, moving through. And again, we've seen a couple of tornado warnings. We had one earlier, and now we're here with this second coverage, and we've seen 3 warnings so far, and a couple multiple ones for our West Virginia counties, as we've had multiple National Weather Service offices there, which have overlapped on top of each other.
Okay, I will get that information. Thank you so much, Rory, for that. One thing to note too, and we were mentioning this earlier, just how healthy this system has been over the course of the past. This was the past 12 hours, and we're at 5:12 in the morning, and this system has not let up. We're still seeing, temperatures right now in the 70s at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Given the fact 64 is where we should be for this time of year anyway.
Now, I will say that we have been watching this tornado watch for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that one up for us as well, just so you can see. We did have some of that expire. So we had Estill, Powell, Menifee County, as well as Rowan County in that tornado watch, but they have expired. Now we're just looking at counties from Wayne County to Johnson County. I'll highlight some of those: Elliott, Morgan, Johnson, Magoffin, Breathitt, Wolf, Lee, Owsley, Jackson, Rockcastle County, Clay County, Knox, Whitley, Laurel, McCreary, Pulaski, and Wayne. So these are the areas that are under that tornado watch. Now, again, we still do have that tornado warning as you're traveling more towards West Virginia. I'll go ahead and pull that one up as well, just so we can get a better look at that for our more, again, northwestern counties towards Lee, so you can see where that's located in our area. Just to highlight everything we're seeing right now in our region, we are looking at that severe thunderstorm warning for our more center portion, seeing that London is in there and a lot of I-75, that highway is in that severe thunderstorm warning. No tornado possible tag. And then we also have another severe thunderstorm warning with no tornado possible tag, just right underneath, or I guess right to the south of that tornado warning. And then you can see that brown highlight as well. That's our severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag that we're watching. And then as we travel more to the north, that's where we're seeing that tornado warning. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that for you as well, just so you can see it. Again, tornado warning. So we're looking at this one right here for Lawrence County and Wayne County. And then as we move more towards the south, we have one just to the southeast of that for Lawrence County, Wayne County, and then Lincoln, which is just outside of our area. So those are the areas we're looking for. We have some of those places highlighted on the map, so you can kind of locate what you know on here. If you're towards Middles Fork Church, you need to make sure that you're being covered right now, being protected. Same for Oak Hill Church of God. If we move up to the one a little bit more towards the north of it, we're looking at, let's see, a couple of roads as well on this area that we're looking at. I mean, Old Pleasant Church. If you're anywhere near Old Pleasant Church, you need to make sure that you're in your safe area as well this morning. We have tons of road names on this map. So if you don't know where you're located, try to look on here and see if you recognize any road names. We have a couple in this area that we are watching. Looks like we have another severe storm warning. I'll go ahead and move to that one. So this one is a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. This is for Breathitt, Clay, Jackson, Laurel, Lee, and Owsley County. So this was just put into place. It's right next to the one we already had in place. So we had this severe thunderstorm warning with no tornado possible tag that I just mentioned, but then they added this new one right in front of it as that system is moving. Now this system, again, that is for the counties. Oh, it's not loading for me. There you go. Clay, Jackson, Laurel, Pulaski, and Rockcastle, and that is a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. That's what we're watching. Now it's going to see places like Burning Springs, Sturgeon, Beattyville, Buckhorn. Again, this is not a tornado warning, but this is a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. So that's what we're watching, as well as the tornado warning to more of our northern counties as we move towards West Virginia. Still seeing that tornado warning in place. They did get rid of the other one, so now we're just looking at this one right here for Lawrence, Lincoln, and Wayne, but the other one for Lawrence, and I don't remember what the other one, I think it was still Wayne. That one is already expired. So we're just looking at this one right now. We'll go ahead and look at velocity just to see how that has been moving. I cannot see that. If you'll click that for me.
There you go.
So the velocity, it looks like there's not too much movement here, but we are seeing a little bit of some rotation here. So that's probably what we're keeping our eye on right now. It's still moving out. This one's set to expire. When is that set to expire? 5:15, correct?
Yes.
So
this should be off the map
anytime soon.
anytime. No, this is 5:30.
Oh, 5:30.
This is 5:30.
Okay, so we're still tracking this. This one's the one that was moving at 60 miles an hour, so we'll still go ahead and track it. Looks like it's going to head towards Hearts. That's what we have our next big city name on here. I'll zoom in just a little bit more. Oh, I guess he'll do that for me. Yeah, so it'll get to Attenville by 5:27, so that's still in the tornado warning timeline. Again, this is set to expire at 5:30, and then as you're heading towards 5:29, we can see that hitting that next city as well. So that's what we're tracking right now. And again, we still have this brown line right here. It's a big box. That is a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. So for our area, we're looking at Mingo County, Logan County, Wayne County, as well as Lawrence County under that severe thunderstorm warning. Now there's a couple counties that are outside that are also in that area, but for our WYMT viewing area, those are the counties that are underneath that severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. And as I mentioned earlier, Eric, I know you weren't, you were over at the other computer at that point, but we did get this one added on there as well. That's a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag. Looks like we're looking a little bit right here for some possible movement. Did you see that, Eric?
Yeah, I see that right there.
Yeah, so we're tracking that a little bit, seeing if that could produce anything. Right now, it looks like maybe a little bit of turning, but not anything highlighted for this system right now. So that's what we're looking as we're going into the next couple of minutes. We'll give more updates on that as we're going through. Oh, it looks like it kind of disappeared on that next radar scan. So right now, looks like that disappeared. We're just looking at that severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible, and then we have this one right here. Yeah, I was talking about up here.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, but it looks like it disappeared. If you'll move it down just a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it disappeared a little bit, but we still do have that tornado warning, tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning. So there is a chance that that could spin up a little bit, but they've downgraded it from that tornado warning we saw earlier. So I think that we are safe to say that this one is just a severe thunderstorm warning. We'll see obviously how that changes in the next couple of scans. Keep our eye out for that one, but we'll go ahead and move to the north because we still have a couple more minutes on that tornado warning towards Wayne County and Lawrence County. If you'll move me up there, please.
Lawrence County, here we go.
And go ahead and stay zoomed out a little bit, please, and move up. I just want to show the extent of this because we have that severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible right here, but it also extends above that with another one right to the north of it. So this system is still producing as it's moving more towards the northeast, and this kind of helps you visualize just how that system is moving because that's that line we're watching. And then we have that, of course, that tornado warning that is currently in place and is still set to be in place until 5:30. So that is about 11 minutes from now that we're going to track that system.
Going to reset the home view here, and just to show that you can see, we got new. Is this a new tornado warning?
It looks like it's extending. Yeah, a new tornado warning that extended it. So that's the same one we were watching earlier. So you can still see the old one that was set to expire at 5:30, but they decided to extend that. And now here's a look at the new one. So this is for our area. We're just looking at Mingo in Logan as well as Wayne County, but we also have Boone County just outside of our area under this tornado warning as well. Again, this is a tornado warning, and it's moving more towards the northeast, moving a little bit less because earlier it was moving north-northeast, now looking more like northeast. Is that one still moving at 60 miles an hour?
Let me pull the information up really quick. Yes, northeast at 60.
Okay, can you put the track on that?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
And he's pulling that up there with the new speed that this is moving, just so we can see how fast it's going, where it's heading in that next couple minutes, so we can put that track on there so we can see where it's going. Again, this one's set to expire what time, Eric?
This goes until, what does it say, 5:45?
5:45. So here's what you need to know for the next couple minutes. Now, some of these cities that are on here are outside of that time range that I just mentioned, but as you're heading towards 5:27, Hearts will be in this area. So we're wanting you to be inside. Anywhere inside of this tornado warning needs to be inside the center of your house. Make sure you have your helmets on. Be in the center portions, bathrooms, hallways, and then if you have basements, that's the best option. Then as you travel towards Leet, you'll see that at 5:30. Then if you go to Burglar, we'll see that at 5:36. By 5:40, you'll see it at Ackle. Now, here's the thing. It's set to expire 5:45. At 5:44, it'll be in Madison, and just outside of the area as we're going past that 5:45 mark, at 5:47, you'll see it Presley, Alum Creek at 5:50, and then Olcott at 5:52. Now, right now, again, it's set to expire at 5:45. So by the time that we get to those cities that I just mentioned, it may or may not be a tornado warning. It may have decreased, or we could see that it does extend. So we're going to track how that goes through the next couple minutes. Really seeing some high rainfall rates this morning and tons of lightning that we've been tracking. I mean, the system has been full of lightning, full of energy. And as we've mentioned earlier, we've been seeing the system moving from Oklahoma yesterday morning all the way until now, still not moving much. I mean, if you think about how far Oklahoma is, it's not that far. I mean, you can drive from Oklahoma in here in what, like 10 hours?
Something like that.
Yeah, and it's taken more than that for this system to move. So it's been a slow moving system when it comes to moving east to west, but it has been moving to the northeast, which is why it's appeared to have taken so long. Yes, Eric?
So one thing I want to highlight here, and I just did it a second ago until the radar did the update, but you're noticing, oh, there it goes again. You're noticing this little S hook, this little S scan right here. So what this is telling me, that wind is still substantially high. We're still seeing wind gusts, some places 60, 70 mile an hour here. So this, again, is something that we have to monitor very, very closely with this. Of course, we still have that tornado warning out as well. So something that we're going to monitor here. Here's a look at the reflectivity. We'll go back to our home view. And I want to take a look here real quick. We'll give you the grand tour as to what's going on in terms of advisories. First of all, we still have that severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect. We'll go ahead and call this up for you so we get the information on here. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Clay, Jackson, Laurel, Pulaski, Rockcastle County. This goes into effect until 5:30. Then we have the severe thunderstorm warning that has the tornado possible tag on it. We'll go ahead and call this up. This goes into effect until 5:45. This is for Breathitt, Clay, Jackson, Laurel, Lee, as well as Owsley County. Then we're going to go up to the tornado warning that we have, one of which will expire at 5:30. The other one will expire at 5:45. We'll go ahead and call up the information here. Tornado warning for Lawrence, Lincoln, and Wayne County, West Virginia until 5:30. But then you go over here, Wayne County, parts of Wayne County was extended until 5:45. Then you also have Logan and Mingo County as well. So the bottom line here, we've got a lot going on. Matter of fact, we just received word, and for this list here, you can see it at WYMT.com. Estill County Schools is now closed.
Yeah, and what I want to highlight with that is if you go to WYMT.com, you'll have a little yellow bar which will have closings. When you click that to get more information on the closings, like you just mentioned, Estill County has already closed their school for today. And then we also underneath that have a red bar which will show all those warnings and watches. So right now we're really focusing on this tornado warning, but if you want more information on your county, you can click that. You can hit Control F on a Windows or Command F on a Mac, I believe, and you can search your name of your county, and it'll give you more information on what you're expecting to see today. I mean, I know we have flood watches. Actually, let's go ahead and go through all the watches if we can. We have flood watches. I know we're also under a tornado watch. Definitely seeing some severe storms in the area. I mean, here's a better look of everything before we go into that. Yeah. So here's a look at all the advisories. Definitely a lot to process. We can go into the individual ones, but we have that flood advisory. Now that will go underneath these as well, but the tornado watch does take precedent over that flood watch right now. So everywhere.
I'm going to manually switch them on and off so we can kind of get a better idea as to what's going on. So give me just a second here.
I'll go ahead and talk about that tornado watch and the severe thunderstorm watch because both of them are the main priorities, so they overlap things. So for our northern counties, so as you're traveling to Lawrence, Mingo, Logan, and Wayne County, that's under that severe thunderstorm watch. Then as you travel into the far western counties in our area, that is our flood watch. We're seeing from Wayne County, Kentucky, all the way to Wayne County, West Virginia, underneath this watch. Now this is from now, so I guess it started yesterday at 8 p.m. all the way up until Sunday morning. So that flood watch we'll continue to watch because we have multiple lines coming through. We have a line today, we have a line this afternoon, we have a line tonight, we have a line tomorrow. Then as we head into Saturday, we see another line going into Sunday that will continue throughout Sunday as that clears out. So we have multiple rounds going through the next couple of days. So that's why we're under that flood watch and why we're continuing to watch for the flood chances. Here's a look at those tornado watches. So this is not a tornado warning. This is a tornado watch. Now that's all those counties that are now lit up in white that you can see. And we have tons of counties under this. I mean, we were watching for that active weather. Can you turn it back to red? Because it kind of blends in with the gray counties. But all of those counties are under that as well. So that's what we're tracking right there. So there's all those counties in red under that tornado watch. And then again, as you move towards Lawrence, Mingo, Logan, and Wayne, they're under that severe thunderstorm watch. And then of course we showed you those flood watches. So we'll go back and look at the radar so you can also see the severe thunderstorm warnings and then the severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible and also the tornado warnings in the area because we are seeing all of those at this moment. Looks like our computer is freezing just a little bit this morning.
Come on. There we go.
There you go. We'll go ahead and zoom out on that just a little bit. But tons of different, looks like it's frozen again. Basically, we're watching multiple lines over the next couple of days as the system rolls through. So not only are we watching for severe weather this morning for our more northwestern counties, but we're also looking at flood chances. So as we mentioned, we have that tornado warning that we were watching earlier, but we're still watching the severe thunderstorm warning highlighted in yellow. And then we have that severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible highlighted in that brown. And then again, main importance right here, that tornado warning towards the more northeastern counties as you're heading more towards West Virginia. These are all inner West Virginia counties. And then right behind it, we have that severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible with that brown outline with that yellow coloring on the inside. Okay.
We got Max 1 back up.
Perfect. So here's a better look at all those counties. We'll go ahead and individually move into them, and then we'll stay on that tornado warning for a while because it's set to expire in 2 minutes. So we'll go ahead and get through all these and see how that advances over the next couple minutes. So here's that severe thunderstorm warning with that tornado possible tag for Breathitt, Clay, Jackson, Laurel, Lee, and Owsley County. Right behind it is that severe thunderstorm warning without a tag. So that's just right before it. That's the continuation into this one. So now we'll move to the West Virginia counties, see how they update the next couple ones. But there you go. You can see not only the severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag behind it that's flashing this yellow color, but also the tornado warning. So we have this one right here that's set to expire at 5:30, and then we have this continuation one that's set to expire at 5:45 for Boone, Lincoln, Logan, Mingo, and Wayne County, West Virginia. So that's what we're going to continue tracking right now. Can we go ahead and see what velocity looks like?
Yeah, we can do that. There we go.
Okay, so we're kind of looking in this general location for those fast wind speeds this morning, as you can see. So we have those fast wind speeds. I mean, as you looked at that radar just a second ago, I mean, you kind of have that hook shape as well. If you'll go ahead and move to that so we can get a better visual on that as well. I'm sorry for switching back and forth. There you go. Oh, no, to the rain.
Oh, to the rain. There we go.
Yes. So you can kind of see almost like that hook shape as well that we're watching this morning as it continues to travel. So that's what we're keeping an eye on. Again, the lightning that you see on here has been for the past 15 minutes. Lightning count's about 29 right now. And again, time now is 5:29. This one is about to expire. They're not going to extend it because this one is already the extension. It looks like they just updated it. Time now 5:30. Here's the new update to this. They've shortened it a little bit and also moved it down. You saw that it was traveling more like this, but now they've moved it more towards a northeasterly flow instead of, and I guess it's east-northeast instead of a north-northeast. So this is a tornado warning for Boone, Lincoln, and Logan County. So the only county in the WYMT viewing area is Logan County, West Virginia, and that's just to the south. Looks like we do have a little bit, though they did clip it out. There you go. So we no longer have that just Logan County in our area is what we're watching for that system right there. Could see up to 3/4 inch hail count with this. It's on its way out. It's still set to expire at 5:45, so we're still watching for the next 15 minutes to see if they have any updates to that system, what we can expect as we're going through the next couple minutes. I mean, we do have a hail core on here that we're looking at hail detection, showing that some hail is falling. So not only are you wanting to stay inside to protect yourself from the winds and heavy rain as well as the lightning count, but the hail. That is definitely a possibility. I mean, I know I showed you a second ago. You see up to 3/4 inch of hail. Here's how it's been traveling from this morning to now. I mean, you saw it was kind of moving a little bit fast, but we're still watching it move. We'll see how it continues over the next couple minutes. As of right now, we're not only tracking that system right there, but we're also looking at the one more towards our center, towards Clay County that we're talking about earlier. But that is just a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible, and they did get rid of this severe thunderstorm warning that was just to the southwest of it. That had the no tornado possible tag. They let that one expire. So we're just watching the 2 severe thunderstorm warnings with tornado possible tag, and then the tornado warning as you're traveling towards Logan County. So he's going to go ahead and just zoom in onto that tornado, that severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible, just so you can get a better look of it. This is the area that will be seeing severe weather. So for that, you could see hail. You're definitely seeing fast winds at this point. I mean, this has been a fast wind system the entire time during its entire duration. You're looking at that heavy rain, definitely seeing a lot of lightning. 37 is in this area right now. Now, again, this is for Breathitt, Clay, Jackson, Laurel, Lee, and Owsley County. Now, the good news is it has moved out of I-75, just seeing a little portion of I-75 in this morning, but all of I-75 is still seeing rainfall right now, but not as heavy rainfall as we've been seeing. For the most part, the heavy rainfall is more towards Sturgeon and Burning Springs. Can't really see that because of the box. I'll try to remove that for you and move it to the side just a little bit. But that is what we are watching right now.
Megan, real quick.
Yes.
Before we do that, I was just looking at the National Weather Service chat. I want to call up our storm reports here, see if we can get any of these up, because we're getting some reports now of some damage over towards portions of, looks like Estill County. Let me call this up real quick.
Well, looks like we also got a new severe thunderstorm warning when you're done as well.
So, large tree was down at the intersection of Red Lick Road and Coral Avenue in the community of the Weissmantown area. Tree took down some power or phone lines down with it, which are now blocking most of the road. Another one was near the Willow Tree area. Tree was reported down on a house on Cow Creek Road, the house to the east of the address in the Willow Creek community, estimated by Doppler radar. And lastly, we have one near the Pitts area. Emergency management reported a tree on a house northeast of the Ravenna area. Home is badly damaged as a result. There are other reports of trees down on the roads throughout the county from the original round of storms that moved through at approximately 3:35. So now we have trees down, we have power lines down, and we have phone lines down.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, though, this is Estill County, and Estill County schools are closed. So they're the ones that are seeing the most amount of damage reports as of this moment, and they do have that school closing. Again, you can go to WYMT.com, and that little orange banner at the top shows you closing and delays. And then under that, you have the weather alerts in that red tab, so you're able to click on that and see what's going on in your county, because I know right now we're focusing on the areas that not only right now we're looking at the local storm reports, but we're also looking at those severe thunderstorm warnings and also the tornado warnings. Did that get downgraded to just a severe thunderstorm warning with no tornado possible
I
tag?
believe it did.
Okay. Let's go ahead and make sure, but I believe, yeah, towards, I mean, the one that we were looking earlier with Jackson County, Breathitt County, it looks like we're just downgraded, yes. So there's some good news there. No longer tornado possible at this moment. Again, that's for Breathitt, Clay, Jackson, Laurel, Lee, and Owsley County. Still moving quite fast, though. We still see those fast wind speeds. As we mentioned, you still could see some hail with this, so it's important to note that just because this doesn't have a tornado possible tag does not mean that it's safe to go outside and drive. You should still be protecting yourself, staying safe for the next couple of minutes. And if you're just joining us now on our streaming channels, or if you're on Facebook, do remember that there is a little bit of a delay. So keep that in mind. Sometimes it could be up to 2-minute delay. So if you are listening to something, that's something important to note as we're going through this. Can we go back to the tornado warning?
Yeah, real quick, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This is for Laurel, Pulaski, Rockcastle, and Wayne County, Kentucky. This goes into effect. This has a TORPOS tag on it, tornado possible. This goes in effect until the top of the hour.
Okay, so that is until 6 o'clock. You can see up to 3/4 of an inch of hail with this system. Again, tornado possible, affecting 34,000 people. I mean, this has Laurel County in there, but it's not going towards London. We're seeing Somerset and Monticello are the big cities that are in this severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. And as it says, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, it does have Laurel County, but look at how little of that area is in Laurel County right now, just that little sliver. So we're mainly focusing on Somerset as well as Wayne County And again, portions of Rock Castle, as you're going more towards the south of that, are also in there. And same thing with
This is
Laurel.
moving, it looks like, to the northeast at around 65. So what I'll do is we'll go on the velocity. We'll verify.
Let's look at the tornado warning first. We
tornado
haven't
warning first?
gone
Okay.
over that in a little bit, just so we can get another touch on it, and then we'll go back to that.
Okay. There you
Because
go.
I know that one's set to expire in about 9 minutes. So we're still watching this one again, 5:45. This is only in our area. We're looking at Logan County, but we also have Boone and Lincoln County under this tornado warning. Again, could see up to 3/4 inch hail. We're still seeing that very, very heavy rainfall. Is the lightning tracker on right now? I think it's not, because this is a very strong system. I'm sure there's some lightning on there. Yeah, there you go. Here's that lightning count, 29. You see the white ones, those are the most recent lightnings that have been falling. We have 15 minutes, so the more yellow that you see, that's the older the lightning is. Let's go ahead and switch to velocity on this one, and then we'll go back to the other one so we can do the storm track on that one.
Real quick, okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, so the one that just came out, this does include the Somerset area, the Monticello area. We'll go ahead and let me get the information on here real quick. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-sized hail. This is moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. So what I'll do is we'll go ahead and put that at 65. We'll go to velocity. I want to verify what we're looking at. Megan, there's a little bit of...
Yeah, it looks like there is a little bit of some rotation right there that we're watching. That's probably why they have that tornado possible signature on there, is because they're starting to see a formation of a couple. I would not be surprised if that doesn't get upgraded as we go into the next couple minutes. But let's see how that's traveling.
So if you're near the Vinny area, the oil center area, Somerset, 557, Shopville at 605, Bandy at 609, just to name a few cities. The area that I highlight is the area of concern where we could see a little bit of rotation with this. I would not be surprised, Megan, if this goes under a tornado warning.
I would not be either. That's what we'll continue to watch, see what the National Weather Service decides to do on this system. But I do see a little bit of some rotation on that. So that's what we'll track.
Yeah, we need to keep an eye on that very close, because you can see it right there on the base and the storm relative. Matter of fact, I want to zoom in real quick. I want to see if we can get some streets on here just to kind of give people a heads up as to where we are in this. Let me see. Yeah, the street level isn't popping up yet. That may be out of our viewing area. But anyway, again, it's going near the Somerset area, the Mount Victory area, the Science Hill area. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on it. So something that we have to keep an eye on this.
And I just want to mention just because we're not mentioning all the counties, I mean, we're really highlighting the areas that are under those warnings right now because they're the ones who are having that most active weather. There is still active weather throughout the entire region. We're seeing very fast wind speeds, heavy rainfall. Here's a better picture of what we're looking at going on. But we are mainly focusing on those areas that do have that severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag. We're really focusing on that tornado warning as you're traveling towards West Virginia. But there is still rain everywhere else. I just want to mention that. I mean, as you're traveling toward Hazard, Perry, London, we're seeing some heavy rainfall right now. Louisa, Moorhead, we've been focusing on that. As you're traveling just to the southeast of us, that's where we're seeing a little bit of a lull, not seeing much rain as you're traveling towards that Kentucky-Virginia border. But our main areas of concern that we're watching right now are the areas that do have those warnings. So we just got another update to a severe thunderstorm warning. This is not tornado possible, but this is for Breathitt, Clay, Lee, Morgan, Owsley, and Wolfe County. So this is just an extension of the one behind it. I'm sure this one is about to expire because that was expire at 6 o'clock. We have 20 minutes on that one.
This is a new one that's going to go until 6:15.
Yeah, so this one's set to expire at 6:15. But again, as I mentioned, we're mainly focusing on the areas that do have those warnings, but there is some rainfall across the area as well. So we are keeping you aware of that. But I do want to go back onto that tornado warning because I know that's set to expire soon. And I want to make sure we're focusing on that one since that is our tornado warning. Here's a look at it. Looks like it has moved out of our area. So we're just looking at Boone and Lincoln County. So let's do a big highlight because now we have only 2 severe thunderstorm warnings with tornado possible tags. So as you're traveling more towards Somerset and Wayne County, we see this one right here. That is a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible for Laurel County, Pulaski County, Oh, that's the one behind it.
This has 2 tags on it now. Tornado possible with considerable damage.
Is that this one or is that one?
Okay. There we go.
So this one right here is Laurel, Pulaski, Rockcastle, and Wayne. There is one behind it that he's talking about. That's more towards the southwest that he said had that.
Has a tornado possible with a considerable damage tag.
But that is outside of our area. So that's Clinton, Cumberland, Monroe, and Russell. So this one is in our area currently, Laurel, Pulaski, Rockcastle, and Wayne. As I mentioned earlier, we do see it in Laurel, but look at that tiny sliver that's in it. So it's not for the entirety of Laurel County, just this little sliver. And then Rockcastle, I mean, another little sliver. It's mainly just for Pulaski County and for the northern portion of Wayne County that we're watching this severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible.
Yep, right there.
And then as you go more towards the north, we have another severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible that we'll also look at since that tornado warning has expired. So we have this one right here. You see that brown outline. That's the one that we're looking at. That one's still in our area as you're traveling towards Boone, which is outside our area, same as Fayette. But the ones that are in our area is Logan County. So you do see a little bit of a sliver in Logan County, but that tornado warning has since moved out, seeing just a little sliver of that tornado warning in our coverage area when they updated that new one. So we do see a little bit for that tornado warning, if you'll go ahead and highlight that one.
Yeah, give me, there we go.
There you go. So again, we're seeing just a little bit of Logan County right now. You can just see that smallest sliver for the far northern portion of the region. So as of right now, we're starting to close out this coverage because we're just looking at that tornado warning, but we do still have some severe thunderstorm warnings with that tornado possible that we are looking at. Eric?
Yeah, I'm looking at this one right here, that severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. I want to zoom in a little bit on this, and I want to go back to our velocity mode here because there's something that's catching my eye with this near the Monticello area, and it's this right here. Notice how we get the greens and those light blues next to each other. That's where we're seeing that heavy wind. I'm not seeing the green and red like we would normally see it for like any type of tornadic activity, but I am seeing that green and light blue, which honestly, I think this could be more of a straight line wind type thing here. We are seeing, let me see if I can get the...
Another thing I want to highlight that is you do see that purple around there. That's just because we're at the far end of the radar. So it's starting to be at the end of it. It has a little bit of some issues as you get farther away from it. That's why you're seeing that purple messing up with what we're looking at with those winds right now. So that is important to highlight. Purple in this case is not meaning crazy wind speeds. That's just meaning interference. That's why you're seeing it in a circle a little bit. Just zoom out so we can kind of explain that a little bit so they can see what I'm talking about. You can kind of see that circle and that's goes around our entire area around Jackson. So don't freak out about that, meaning anything else. That's just what we're watching for the edge of the radar.
North of Monticello, right here, we're starting to see that green and red couplet now.
Yeah,
So,
and we just got a comment saying it's very active in Monticello as well. I'm not surprised, especially after seeing that right there. So
let me
put the warnings on. Let's see if they've added anything to that.
Yeah, real quick, before we do that, I want to look at the gate-to-gate shear on here because that was looking, 49 mile an hour, 53 mile an hour. So yeah, we are seeing some heavy wind with this one. We'll go ahead and put the auto query on.
So that is that severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible that we're watching. That is in right now, and you can kind of see the track that they're expecting that to move. We'll see if they update it, but as of right now, it's just a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. But either way, those winds are very fast. There's a reason why they're under that severe thunderstorm warning, because we're watching those incredibly fast wind speeds. I mean, we could still see up to 3/4 inch hail. A lot of counties are under this, but as I want to highlight again, I mean, Laurel County, Pulaski County, Rockcastle, and Wayne, not all of Laurel County, just this little sliver, not all of Rockcastle, just a little sliver up there. And even when it comes to Wayne County, it's just the top half. Now this one right here, that's right behind it, that's outside of our area. That's where we're seeing a little bit of that movement as well. That's outside of our area, but is also a severe thunderstorm warning that we're tracking as well, because it is moving into our area. We'll see how that develops. Could we see if we have an update on the tornado warning? Okay, so it's still in our area, but what I want to highlight is while that is in our area right here, you can see just the corner of it. The main system, so you see the heavier rain speeds, have moved out of our area. You no longer see that in our region. And then we see this flashing right here. That is a new, or is it an old severe thunderstorm warning tornado possible?
That is a new one.
Okay, so this is the new severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible, only in Logan County for our area, and then as it extends outside of our area. So this is what we're watching for tornadic activity right now in our area, mostly in Logan County, but it's since moved out and is outside of Logan County at this point, just seeing some heavier rain speeds for the tip of the area. And then we do have some more heavy rain speeds going into that county as well, but the tornadic activity on this cell has moved out of our area, even though it's still under that tornado warning.
Yeah, I'm verifying the velocity right now, and I don't see anything.
Yeah, another thing is
Out of
this
the
is
ordinary.
very far away from the Jackson radar, which is what we're tracking, but we also have this one towards Charleston, so we're having a little bit of some issues picking up some of that return, but as we travel more towards the south, we do still have some more activity that we want to highlight, especially towards that Monticello one, to see if that updated anytime recently. But this has been a very active system. As we've mentioned a couple times from now, is that this started yesterday in Oklahoma and it's moved all the way to here. And that it's a very long time. I mean, it's been over 24 hours and it's only moved a couple of states. So it's not making a lot of direction east to west, but it is moving north-northeast, which is why it appears to be moving slower, because it's regenerating behind itself, which is why it's tracking so long. Here's a look at that severe thunderstorm warning with that tornado possible that I was just talking about earlier, with Pulaski County, Wayne County, then a little portion of Laurel County and Rockcastle County again. The tiniest sliver of Laurel County and Rockcastle County, mainly looking at Pulaski County and the northern portion of Wayne County as well for that system. Again, we're tracking towards Mill Springs right now, where we have that potential of seeing some rotation. We even see a little bit of a hook with that reflectivity right now as well that we're tracking. So a lot of signs showing us that we could potentially be seeing some rotation here. So that's what we're looking at. Again, right now it's just a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible, but we do see the start of what could be some rotation with that system. So if you'll go back to velocity for me and then moving down to the top of Wayne County just so we can see that a little bit better. And again, I just want to remind you that purple does not mean insane wind speeds. That's just the edge of the radar. You can see it's almost a complete circle to that Jackson radar at the National Weather Service office in Jackson. So it makes it a little difficult to see what's going on here, but we do see what could be the start of some rotation inside of that severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. Yes.
To add, this is kind of one of those areas where Jackson radar is not going to pick it up, Nashville's not really going to pick it up, and Morristown is not going to pick it up. It's kind of in that weird dead zone. And what happens historically with this is you'll get a system, it looks like it's dying because it's hitting that dead zone. All of a sudden, it's firing back up again because now it's getting picked up in another part. So a lot of this area is kind of deceptive in terms of, you know, what's going on. So that's why we have all the radar scans going, and that's why we use the velocity and why we use the correlation coefficient or the debris signature and why we use the radar, just to verify in this area where it's so hard to read with radar.
Yes, and another thing I want to mention, if we can pull up the QR code for the WYMT First Alert Weather app, is I just got a notification off of my app, so this is critical for you guys as well. If you can download that WYMT First Alert Weather app, you get notifications such as how far away lightning is. You can also pick up the radar. So at the bottom of the weather app, you have an option to look at the radar. So right now we're focusing on those areas. I have a QR code in my show that you can pull up, but I'll go ahead and pull up my weather app. Dustin will pull it up for us. There you go. So you can have that QR code you can scan right there. But if you download that app, I know we're getting a lot of comments saying, what about XYZ County? What's important to note is we're really focusing on those counties with those warnings right now, but everybody has access to get more information on what's going on. So here's a better look of that app. You can go to the radar at the bottom. I know it's a little blurry, but you get more information on what's going on. You can see all those warnings and you can highlight your county, figure out where you are on the map. It'll even show your location and it will show the radar, and you can also remove those warnings as well to make it a little bit easier to see where that heavier rain speed is as we're going through the next couple minutes. But we will also be doing a full scope of the radar as well, just so we can get everybody up to date with what's going on. So here's a look at that live pinpoint Doppler radar again. lots of rain in the area, right? And we have that severe thunderstorm as we're heading towards the center portions of our area towards Jackson. And then we have the severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible as we're heading outside of Logan. We have that tornado warning that is no longer in Logan County. It has since moved out. And then we have another severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible for Pulaski County, Wayne County, portions of Laurel and Rockcastle County.
All right, so again, I want to focus on the severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag here near Somerset, because I've been keeping an eye on the velocity here, and okay, we're getting a new scan here, and that dark blue, that light and dark blue next to that green looks very interesting. We've been talking about the wind with this, and let me turn off the warnings here, and what I can do is I can put the gate-to-gate shear on here and see what we're looking at here. Megan, 95.
95. And as we were mentioning earlier, I know he took off the severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible, but you don't need that to see that there is a start of what could be some rotation, which is why we're under that severe thunderstorm with a tornado possible tag. Again, not a tornado warning. We're not warned for this storm, but we do start to see what could be the beginnings of some rotation, especially with those fast wind speeds. I mean, as you mentioned, 95. I mean, that's pretty fast. And as we were talking about earlier, we say these big fancy words like bolt to bolt shear or gate to gate shear. That's just how we tell how fast it's rotating. So that's basically what we mean by that. And then as we say things are moving at certain speeds, that's how it's moving on the map. So when we say that this system's moving, I believe it's moving at 55 miles an hour or 60, that's how fast it's traveling. Whereas the gate that he was talking about is how fast it's spinning. So there's a better look at that towards Mill Springs. So again, even though this is not a tornado warning, this is a severe thunderstorm warning, if you are in this box, you should be in your safe spot. I mean, as we mentioned, you can see the start of what could be some rotation right there. It's really starting to look like a stronger storm, and it has that tornado possible tag under it. So even though it has not been put under a tornado warning, it is critical that you are still in your safe spot. I mean, we'll go ahead and go over those safety factors like we've been talking about, but you need to be as close as you can to the center portions of your home. You want to get low as possible. If you are outside, first try to get home. Try to get to be somewhere inside as close as you can. Like if you're just outside, go inside. If you're, let's say, out in the road and there's like a school nearby or something, somewhere you can go inside, that's the best option. But if not, try to go to a ditch or ravine. Do not go under overpasses. That is not advisable. But when you are inside and you're safe, cover your head. We've been mentioning this a couple times. Arm injuries heal a lot faster than head injuries. So make sure you're covering your head with your arms. Helmets, kids, if you have bicycle helmets, ATV helmets, motorcycle helmets, whatever it be, put that on your head. Maybe get into your bathroom. A tub is a great place to go, especially if you have no windows in your bathroom. Cover your head with a pillow. These are things that you can do to keep yourself safe. Mainly keep your head protected. I know many of you kids have done tornado warnings at school. Do exactly what you do there. Crouch down, cover your head, get as low as possible. That's the best way to keep yourself safe during this. Stay away from windows in the most center portion of your home. Basements are the best option if you have them. If not, closets. Bathrooms, like we mentioned, hallways with no windows. Yes, Eric.
And looking ahead long term, I know this is just part one of several systems that's going to push through. So once this system's out, we'll get a little bit of a break, and then another, and then another, and then another. So this is just day number 2 of 5 on the first alert weather days that go out until Sunday. And as we mentioned, some of these will be severe weather related, especially as we go into the weekend, especially as we go into tonight. Some of this will be flooding related as well, especially the farther west you go. So once this system is out, don't think that we're in the clear yet, because we've got a long way to go until we get to Sunday.
Yes, we do. And we'll go ahead and give you another look at what's going on in the radar right now, and then we'll actually show you the future view and see some of the multiple rounds that we're going through, because again, we have a round this afternoon, we have a round tonight, we have some in Friday, then we have another round on Saturday night and going through Sunday. So a lot more chance of rain. That's why we're not only a first alert weather day for severe weather, but also for the chance of flooding for our western counties. So a lot of things that we're keeping up to date here, right? So I'll start off from the severe thunderstorm warning with no tornado possible tag in the center of our area. If you'll pull up that Curie for me. So that's Breathitt, Clay, Lee, Morgan, Owsley, and Wolfe County. That's set to expire at 6:15. So we have a couple more minutes on that one. I guess it's 20 minutes. But here you go. Those are the counties there. Could see up to 3/4 inch of hail affecting 24,000 people. And then as we travel, we have a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag towards the more southern portion of the area, again around Pulaski County, Wayne County, as well as a small portion of Laurel County and Rockcastle County. This is set to expire in 4 minutes for these counties. Now, this is the one that we saw a little bit of that rotation on that we're looking at, seeing if they upgrade it in the next couple minutes. And then as we're moving more towards the north, we have another severe thunderstorm with tornado possible just for Logan County. We had that tornado warning, but it has since moved. We're just watching this little area right here, but for the most part, you can consider that one moved out of our region entirely. So there's some good news with that right now. So if we can we pull up future view? I have a more zoomed out one that has a dash and then my name on it. That one would be a good one to look at since it has the bigger picture for this system over the next couple of days.
All right, here it is. All right, it's loading.
It's loading. And I'll ask if you drag the bar for me so we can take it slow with it, right? So here's a look kind of where it's at right now. Now, this is an older model from a couple hours ago, so that's why it's not exactly where it needs to be, and we're almost at that 6 o'clock hour too, so there's a little mood. So as we're going through the next couple of minutes, we'll start to see it continue moving towards the northeast. So as you mentioned, we have these winds. You can see they're coming from the south, and with that, that's the direction that these systems are moving. Then that system will move out. Again, that watch is set to expire at 7 a.m. And then we have a little bit more that you saw just then moving through. And then as you head into the afternoon, we have another little chance. Now, it'll kind of skim our area a little bit. And then as once you go into that 4 o'clock hour, we'll pause right there, go back a little bit. We'll have that start to move into our area about 5 o'clock. Now, with this system, it's mostly going to be skimming our western counties. So we'll go very slowly through about 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So you can see it's not really traveling past here. And then we have, again, another round as you go into the overnight. Now, this one will be making a little bit more movement towards our more southern counties, because as of right now, and we'll go ahead and pause right now, but as of right now on the radar, as we were going through it, we still haven't seen much rain at all as you head towards Virginia. So a very, very big difference in the amount of rain that we're seeing over the next couple of days. So here's a look at overnight tonight and into Friday. This one is the one that will start to move a little bit more as we're going through the next couple hours. This is 3 a.m. and then as we continue into the morning hours of your Friday, you'll see a little bit more rain for our Virginia counties. That's a first for a while. Another round coming in Friday morning as well. This one will move into the area a little bit more towards the east as well, mainly sitting in the northern counties and western counties. And then another one. I feel like it's just over and over again for the next couple of days. That's why we really have our eyes set on this system. So by the time we head into the afternoon, we have a little pop up. These are more like isolated storm chances. And then we have another line right there skimming. And then again, as you head into the overnight hours of your Friday going into your Saturday, we're seeing again another line. It's over and over and over for our western counties. That's where our main focus with these first alert weather days are not only those severe storms, but also the flooding chances did go up a little bit. But again, that system will move through, and then we have another one as you're heading into Saturday night going into Sunday. Now, the good news is with this system, it is one of our last chances of severe weather as we're going into the next couple of hours. And the good news as well is Sunday's chances for weather looks like it's kind of downgrading a little bit, could just be heavy rainfall, but we're not going to eliminate the storm chance just quite yet on this one because they've been pretty consistent with seeing storms on Sunday. But as I mentioned, we have another line moving in this afternoon, another line tonight, then we have a line on Friday afternoon, another line Friday night. It's going to be over and over again. So while we're focusing on the severe weather now, we are also looking at the long-term impacts of flooding. So let's go ahead and go back to the live pinpoint Doppler just so we can get a better look at it right now. And I'll go ahead and pinpoint why we're focusing on those rainfall totals being so varied in the area, because we still have not seen rain at all for our Virginia counties. I mean, look at Dickinson, Buchanan, Wise, and Lee County, Virginia, as well as portions of Claiborne and Campbell have not seen rainfall at all. So that's why there's such a big disparity over the area over the next couple of days. And as you saw in Future View, most of the rainfall will be on our western counties, and that's why they're under that flood watch. So again, that's why we're keeping that up. That flood watch is from yesterday at 8 p.m. all the way until Sunday morning, about 10 o'clock in the morning. So here's a look at everything. It looks like we're just looking at that severe thunderstorm warning in the center portion of our area for Breathitt, as well as, is that in portions of Perry County or is it just above?
Let me
verify that real
But it
quick.
looks like Breathitt, Owsley County, as well as Wolf, Morgan, Lee, not in Perry County. It is very close though for that system. And it looks like they did downgrade the one by Monticello. Looks like they no longer have that one in there anymore because that was set to expire at 6 o'clock and it's right 6 o'clock at the dot. So they decided to not extend it. And I think that is all that we're seeing right now in our area because they did move this severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. It is no longer in the region. So right now, that's all we're looking at. Everything has seemingly calmed down for now. We'll see if anything changes over the next couple minutes. But for right now, that's all we see. And then the local storm reports are still the ones that we saw from earlier in Estill County. Again, that's the county that their schools are already closed. They saw some power lines down earlier today.
Yeah, we'll go through these again. This is near the Wiseman Town area. A large tree was down at the intersection of Red Lick Road and Coral Avenue. The tree took down some power or phone lines with it, which are now blocking most of the road. Another one was over near the Willow Tree area. Tree was reported down on a house in the Willow Creek community. That was at 3:45 a.m. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning, I think, or let me see if that's a new one or if that's an update. Okay, that's an update. And then we had the one near the Pitts area. Emergency management reported a tree down northeast of Ravenna. It says home is badly damaged as a result. There are other reports of trees down from the roads throughout the county from the original round of storms that moved through at around 3:35 this morning. So we are getting some damage now out of Estill County. And as you mentioned, Estill County schools now are closed on Thursday due to this.
Now, just to expand on that as well, I know we're talking about the closings. If you want to know about closings around your area, you can go to WYMT.com. And then we have that orange bar at the top. It says closing and delays. You can hit that and it'll show you all the closings right now. I haven't refreshed it in a while, but it just saw Estill County. Can you refresh that while I'm talking about the next one? We also have a red bar underneath it that says watches and warnings. And it says like blank watches in effect. I believe earlier it was 9. And that will take you to all the watches in the area. You can hit Control F on Windows or Command F on Mac and search up your county name, and it'll give you more information on what watches and warnings you have in your area. Was there any updates to the closings?
No, there's one for Lewis County out of our viewing area that's on our website, but Estill County is still closed on Thursday.
But to get more updates over the next couple hours, you can always go there. I know that we do have that scrolling on the bottom sometimes as well. But yeah. So I don't see any more local storm reports, so we'll do another look at that radar and we'll look at the velocity, see what we think on that one, and then we will close it out. So here's just a better look at it. They did expire the warning over here. They did not update it, so no additions to that one right there. And then we still, they did move this one, so the severe thunderstorm warning is no longer as big as it was. Looking like it's just in Breathitt County, as well as portions of Morgan County, Perry County, Wolf County, Knott County. And as I mentioned earlier, when they do put these boxes out, sometimes they do clip it. So I want to point out that Perry County is just this very top portion following this cell right here. The bottom half of Perry County is not under that warning. Same for some of our other counties as well. I mean, you see a lot of clipping for majority of the area, but as you're traveling towards Breathitt, majority of Breathitt is under that severe thunderstorm warning. And I think that is all we have in our area. Yes, sir.
Real quick before we go back to programming, or before we start Mountain News this morning, I should say, because it is 6 o'clock. One thing I do want to look at, some of the rainfall totals since midnight, and you can see over towards the West Liberty area, Frenchburg area, 7,807 inch, Moorhead, 8,407 inch, Somerset, 8,707 inch. So,
and also keep in mind, we didn't start seeing rain until 3 a.m.
Right, so this is heavy rain that's fallen through, and it's basically, if you look at this map, and I'll draw the line here, it's literally a feast or famine situation because anything south of this line didn't see much of anything. Look at Hindman, nothing. Whitesburg, nothing. Harlan, nothing. Manchester, 307 inch. You go to McKee, 6,607 inch, 8,707 inch in Somerset. So there's not really much of an in-between. It's either you got a nice amount of rain or you haven't seen anything.
Yeah, and that's why we're really wanting to highlight that the first alert weather days, while they are also for severe storms, it's also going to be for flooding, especially for those western counties. Every county that's lit up right now with those rainfall totals we'll be seeing that flood watch and flood potential over the next couple of days. So we're really highlighting from McCreary County all the way to Wayne County, West Virginia, under that flood watch. These are the main counties that we're keeping our eye on because those systems that are happening again and again and again will stay in these areas. Looks like we also have, outside of our area, we do have a flood warning. So we'll see if that does travel into our area as well, but that's something to keep an eye on. So again, we are watching those severe storm possibilities, and I'll still be here to monitor the radar during Mountain News this morning and after Eric leaves to get some rest before he has his newscast tonight. But we'll be keeping up with this, seeing if there's any more updates with this. If there's another tornado warning, we'll come back and we'll be on air. But we're also watching for the flood implications over the next couple of hours. Eric, anything to add?
I have nothing on my end. The bottom line, as we go throughout the next several hours, again, make sure you keep it tuned to Megan here on Mountain News this morning. She's going to have the latest information there, and then I'll have the latest tonight coming up at 5:36 and 11. Again, please keep it tuned to WYMT, WYMT.com, WYMT News and Weather app, as well as WYMT First Alert Weather Now, which is our 24/7 live channel, which you can find on the Roku, the Apple TV, the Amazon Fire Stick, wherever you stream. So there is more than one way to watch us. Even if the power does go out, you can still pick us up on your mobile devices.
Yeah, so for meteorologist Megan Dusmel and Eric Dean, thank you for watching, and we'll get back to programming.